Everybody dies, but not everybody actually lives. Hey, what's up? Today, I'm gonna be discussing yung tatlong bagay na natutunan ko sa buhay sa mga taong nakakasalamuha ko after I watched the very intense movie, Squid Game. Now, if you haven't watched it, please skip this video because there's gonna be spoilers ahead. Here are the 3 life lessons I've learned watching the Squid Game. Number 1, the characters in the Squid Game are ultimately the same characters that we meet in life. Say, for example, there is and will always be a bully in our life. And most of the time, if we don't stand up against them, they take advantage of us and eventually they kill our dreams. Even if they're stronger than us, smarter than us, outplay us in the game of life, we have to have the courage to stand and face them. And if ever you're watching this and you're one of those bullies in life, it's not good for you to make other people feel miserable because that's not actually a sign of power, that is a sign of weakness. You'll end up somehow with that bully that you watch in the movie, and don't wait for that time to happen. And of course, we have these kind of character that basically are smart, and most of the time we tend to give our trust and faith in them, but we don't realize that those are the people that usually takes advantage of us. That maybe for quite some time they might be able to bring us good. It's not because they really want to bring us good, but because it was part of their self-interest to bring us good. Always remember, the intent matters, but being vigilant on the people that is doing good to you might help, because you don't know, maybe that will be the person that could be the reason kung bakit ka mapapahamak. There's also another character that is very good to a fault that he becomes very naive. Most of the time, that's what we tell ourselves. As long as mabait kang tao at gagawin mo yung tama palagi, most of the time everything will follow. Well, that doesn't really work out well in life. Now, I'm not trying to tell you guys that you're supposed to be not good, but in a sense, you have to be worried about the people you trust, because most of the time, the people that we want to help are the ones are usually taking advantage of us. So, it's okay to be good, but you have to be careful not to be naive. You have to learn your lesson and learn who to trust. There are also people that we meet in our life that seems as if they're very rude. That somehow those are the type of people that we don't want to associate ourselves with. Most of us would hated her at first, but eventually when we get to put the time of learning about them, the ones that are very strong are the ones that are usually damaged from the inside. And usually the ones that are coldest usually have the warmest heart. And of course, there is this one specific woman who tends to cling to those people who has power. May mga pagkakataon sa buhay na tumitingin tayo sa mga taong aasahan natin. And somehow, it would only lead us to frustration and most of the time, to failure. And of course, there's the main character, Gi-hun. And most people basically relates to him because he was an underdog. He tends not to be able to do what is right. Even if there are things in life that doesn't come in our way, as long as we maintain that sense of positivity in face of danger, and as long as we maintain yung tinatawag nilang good-heartedness, destiny gives us an opportunity to win in life. And most of the time, we are not supposed to be judging people who we seem as if they are losers in life because we don't really know what they're going through. Those people na walang-wala, yun pa yung mga taong tutulong sa atin kung tayo ilalapit sa kanila at hihingi ng tulong. Life lesson number 2. There are specific things in life that is not going well. Trust the process. If we just don't give up, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. Always find strength to try and do the things that you have to in order for you to find a solution to a problem, or you at least die trying. But most people tend to just think of giving up, but the main character didn't. Eventually, he was able to win. And life lesson number 3. Money doesn't give you happiness. So Gi-hun, the winner, took home about 1.9 billion pesos worth of cash money. And most of us would think that it was all worth it. But we realized that it was not the case for him. He didn't even touch the money. Because after that, we found out that all the money in the world is useless if we cannot spend it with the people that we love. He is the richest man in the world, but in return, he was actually very poor in terms of love because the people that is around him is not there anymore. And you know what? There's a major realization that somehow we tend to seek things that are not in front of us. And once we're able to get that prize, we realize that what we had before was actually way more important. You learn to appreciate the things that you have while it's still there. Everybody is so busy making a living that almost everyone forgets how to live a life. I hope everybody understand that Squid Game might be a very brutal series for everyone. You know what? It actually gives us a peek of what life is really about. We tend to meet a lot of people that's basically like that. And we tend to encounter life and death situation that we see there. It's not as gruesome as it should be, but at the end of the day, parts and bits and pieces of it basically looks like real life. The journey that we tend to usually do, the grind that we usually have to uphold to para makamit lang yung mga gusto nating makamit sa buhay, we're not really actually being able to enjoy and see and appreciate the things that is around us. Everybody dies, but not everybody actually lives. And if you're watching right now and you think that the goal, dreams that you also want to have in your life is the only solution for you to become happy, think again. The thing that we think that is best for us is not being given by God. It's not because He doesn't want us to be happy. It's because He has better plans. So just trust the process, hang in there, go forward, and push through it. Eventually, you'll be able to win that game that they called life.